Good evening, friends. Welcome to Simple Trade with Patience. Welcome to the analysis of Nifty, Banknifty, and Finnifty. Now, let us take a look at Nifty first. So, if you see Nifty over here, we have Nifty on the higher time frame, that is on a daily time frame. We have a resistance levels at 20,200 and support at 19,200. So, there's a 1,000-point range in this region. However, if you take a look at Nifty, we have been presented by two topside rejections, and if 19,200 has been breached, this would confirm our double top pattern. So that indicates a bearish pattern. Now, this is on a higher time frame. Let's go ahead and take a look at how did Nifty perform today and what would be the important levels for tomorrow's trading session. Now, if you take a look at Nifty's opening today, Nifty opened at 19,446, making a high of 19,458. Then we had Nifty coming down all the way to 19,330 levels before closing the day on the higher side at 19,436. Okay, now this signifies a lot of resilience from the bulls who resisted the selling pressure. If you take a look at today's resistance levels, which were placed at 19,608, 19,687, and 19,751, none of them were breached, just the fact that Nifty had a gap down opening. But on the lower side, if you take a look at supports which are placed at 19,465, 401, and 19,322. Now, if you see today's low, which was at 19,333, just 11 points more than our main support that was at 19,322. So that's where, the main strength lies. Now, the bulls showed their strength right at the depth, and they managed to push Nifty up as of now. But it remains to see how do the bears react. And for that, we'll take a look at certain factors, starting with the EMA. Now, if you take a look at the 50 EMA, which is above our price, 50 EMA is being placed at 19,556. Now, this has already been breached from the past 3-4 days. That's around the 28th of September. The 100 EMA, which is lying at 19,228. So that would play a very crucial role. As I said earlier, if 19,200 levels are breached, we could be in for a bearish movement. The positive side is Nifty trading above its 200 moving average, 200 EMA, which is at 18,713. Now, as long as Nifty is above this area, we could, have bulls pull back Nifty at any point of time. Now, for tomorrow's session, we have the resistances being placed at 19,485, 19,533, and 19,609. On the lower side, we have supports being placed at 19,361, 19,285, and 19,237. So 19,200, a very crucial area for Nifty. Let's go ahead to Banknifty now. So some kind of similar pattern from Banknifty also, two tops on the higher side. But the only thing over here is we have a range bound session, and we could have a triple top kind of thing, or we could even have a head and shoulders pattern. And if this region of 43,300 to 43,600, if this region of 43,300 gets breached out, we could be in for a bearish movement on the banking index also. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's the range. The range is 43,300 to 46,400. Today's opening, we had Banknifty open at 44,100 levels, made a small high of 44,161, went all the way down to 43,858, and closed the day slightly above the low at 43,964. Now, resistances which are placed at 44,562, 44,726, and 44,885, none of them have come into play on today's session. Again, due to the fact of gap down opening. On the lower side, we had supports placed at 44,239, 44,80, and 43,916. Now, if you take a look at the low, which was at 43,858, it has breached all supports, but it has managed to close above our support 3. So this could be where the bulls come into play, but the strength is very less. It's a weak pullback from the lower side. If these levels are breached tomorrow, we could be in for a bearish movement. So let's consider some factors. We move to the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA is placed at 44,721 and 100 EMA at 44,280. Now, both these EMAs have been breached. So it remains all on the 200 EMA, which has been placed at 43,153. Now, as I said earlier, if 43,300 has been breached, we could see huge selling pressure, and we could have the 200 EMA being breached also. So let's be positive with this and take a look at tomorrow's levels. We have resistances being placed at 44,131, 44,297, 44,434. So around about, you could say 44,400 would be a good level to be broken out. If we see a movement above that, we could see Bank Nifty around about to 44,800 levels, which would again prove a crucial level to break upwards. On the lower side, we have supports being placed at 43,828, 43,691, and 43,525. So these were the levels for Bank Nifty. Now let's move on to our last index, that's Niftyfutures. Some kind of similar pattern as Bank Nifty. So again, we have two tops. So let's take a look at the higher side. The higher side being placed at 20,700 levels, and we could see the lower levels at 19,100 to 19,200. So 19,100 levels being breached would, signify a bearish movement, a possible bearish movement. But we need to be positive if we want the market to go upwards. Well, that's all we can do. Rest, we leave it to the bulls and the bears. Now, today's opening, which was at 19,629, failed to gain momentum, making a high of 19,655. So if you see the banking index and Niftyfutures, round about same kind of movement, small movements from the day's opening to the day's high, and made a low of 19,535 before closing at 19,578. So again, there's a small gap between the low and the close. If you take a look at resistances which were placed at 19,796, 19,859, and 19,922, again, for this index, none of them have come into play. But if you take a look at supports, which were at 19,670, 19,600, 19,544, all three have been breached. The only positiveness again in this is a small factor, which is closing above support 3. The closing is again a minor closing. It will depend on tomorrow's game plan. Now, let us consider some points again, starting with the 50-day moving average, the 50 EMA. 50 EMA is being placed at 19,887. 100-day EMA is at 19,704. Now, similar to the banking index, Nifty Financial Index has been, closing below the 50 and 100 EMA. 200-day EMA is being placed at 19,264. So as long as Nifty Fin service remains above this level, we could still be optimistic that it could move higher. So taking all these factors into consideration, let us take a look at the resistances which have been placed at 19,644. 19,644, 19,709, and 19,764. On the lower side, we have supports being placed at 19,524, 19,469, and 19,404. So 19,400 would be a very crucial level for Nifty Fin services and the bears to stamp their mark. So that's all from my side. Friends, for more information, you can log into www.simpletradewithpatience.com. You can also alternatively download the Android application from Google Play Store. If you do like my views, you incline more towards getting more information, do subscribe to this channel and share it among your friends and families. Do not forget to click the bell icon so that you are in update with all future videos, future updates. So have a nice day tomorrow. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.